One, two.
And now, the worst streamer on the internet, Battery H.
Hey everybody, good evening. Sorry about that little glitch there. It's day 48 of 100 Days of Gaming, and we are playing Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers. That's right, we're back for more of Gabriel's fun and frolics in the city better known as the Crescent City? The Big Easy? That place where there's that street where women do all the funny things for beats. Well, not exactly, but hey, we'll take it all. Remember, folks, it's that voodoo that you do that'll get old Gabriel in trouble. So welcome once again. Like I said, this is day 48 of streaming we're doing to raise awareness for EXTRALIFE. EXTRALIFE is a charity that supports the Children's Miracle Network hospitals and their 170 hospitals that deal with children. We raise money for our local hospitals. In my case, I'm raising money for Children's Hospital of New Orleans. How appropriate I play this game. I know. We've raised $650 to date, everybody. We're trying to get to a goal of 1337 before November 5th. On that date, I will be doing a 25-hour marathon, all in support of EXTRALIFE, with tens of thousands of other gamers. I believe we just hit the 23,000 mark for folks signed up. How about them cookies? That's right. We're gonna have a big old group this year, and I hope that you consider a donation, or even better, consider joining and raising money yourself for your local children's hospital. If you care to make a donation and you're watching this on Twitch right live, simply type !EXTRALIFE into chat. If you're watching this later on YouTube, simply go to the links below. Both will take you directly to my fundraising page. You'll find out a little about me. a little bit about Children's Hospital in New Orleans and why you need the money and where it goes to. And some of the neat things I'm giving away this year as to the people that have donated and been so kind. Some things that I'm going to be adding, some things we're going to be doing. Well, today, if there's a taker, we've got a giveaway. I've got a very special game from Telltale Games and some DLC to give away. I did get a donation today. I want to thank the folks at my local GameStop. Donated some game posters for them, giveaways, and we'll be giving away those at some point as well. So we got some neat stuff there, and I can't wait to get those up and let you see those. And yeah, that's all fine and good. Well, we're going to get to it right now. Dub Some Best is our latest follower. And of course, our latest donor wished to remain anonymous, given $20. That $650 total is very, very good for us. But like I said, we're almost halfway. So let's load up the old game here. As you can see, this is the only one I'm playing.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Do you have messages for me?
Your grandmother called.
Oh, Grims.
She said to remind you to stop by and go through your father's things.
Okay.
Well, I have to get by there.
Do you have messages for me?
I think that's it.
That man from Germany called again.
Oh, really?
Wolfgang Ritter. Now he's claiming to be a relative of yours.
Interesting. Can I get that phone number for Wolfgang Ritter?
Sure, I'll give it to you when we're done talking.
Do you have messages for me?
I've given everything.
You know, you really should get out more.
But then who'd take care of St. George's?
Me?
Exactly.
You can tell she cares at least about the star. Maybe not me.
Here's
but...
that phone number.
Thanks.
Gabriel watches the man watching the shop.
Get the hell out of here.
The figure outside does not respond.
Let's go back. I need to see where I think we're at.
Times dated June 21st, 1993.
Yeah, we gotta go see Mr.
Gabriel's
Mosley.
eyes immediately drawn to an article about the voodoo murders. He's scared. Gabriel decides death walks close to you today. Resist temptation lest his eye fall on you, too.
But I so seldom resist.
Gabriel also spots an ad for Sam Springleton, a jeweler. Sam hangs out at the Napoleon House.
Well, I think we need to go to the police station first and probably Graham's second. You know what? While I'm here.
Gabriel leaves through a German-English dictionary.
Mittag means midday, noon.
Now the problem is I speak just a, well, I used to...
meinen Schlaf, die Seele wollen sie lebendig zum Fraß. Feuerigen Atems, gespaltener Zunge, genießen sie jedes Mal.
Yeah. 3 dragons. Nice. Hans Ritter. Have to see if he knows anything about Hans Ritter. So we'll have to do that too. Whenever dealing with Germany, right? You see something for one country in a game like this, Find every other reference
you
to that
later.
country and
See ya.
remind yourself of what you should be doing. Maybe it'll open up that discussion. Okay. Well, there's the Napoleon house. But I don't have any money. Let's go to the police station first. That drummer's still out there, isn't he?
Knight, hate to tell you this, but you're out of a book. The Voodoo Murders case has been closed.
I had a feeling you were gonna say that. Son of a bitch. I have to tell you, bud, I'm pretty pissed off about this case being closed. You guys are making a big mistake.
Hey, I'm not any happier about it than you are, Knight, but I've got my orders.
How can I convince you to reopen the case?
Look, the department's not interested.
Murders aren't
Couldn't you
interesting.
make them interested?
With what? I got 7 bodies and still no leads. The voodoo angle's worthless, and besides, these people aren't hurting anybody but out-of-town drug dealers and hitmen.
The voodoo stuff is not worthless. It's the key to the whole thing. And these people are dangerous. They need to be stopped.
Okay, you want me to reopen this case? Prove what you just said.
What do you mean?
You need to prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in Narland. Prove that they're a threat. Get me a lead on the cult.
Have you ever heard of Damballa?
You mean Gumbo?
No, I mean Damballa.
Never heard of it.
How can I convince you to reopen the case?
I already... You still need to prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in Narland. Prove that they're a threat. Get me a lead on the...
Okay. I think I need to go see that professor again, too.
I'll let you get back to it.
Later, Knight.
Let's see here. There's Grandma's house. Let's go back to Tulane and see if I can get anything off the professor there. I guess not. Okay. Well, so much for that. Grandma! It's so good to see you.
Gabriel!
Huggy, huggy.
I'm so glad you stopped by.
She is
Oh,
just
sorry,
a
it's been a
Southern
while,
gentleman,
Grandma.
isn't she?
Not at all. Give me a kiss.
Oh, you know you gotta kiss Grandma. Meemaw!
Now, come on, sit down. Tell me how you're doing.
Gabriel. You always save a...
On the wall are portraits of Gran and Granddad when they were young.
See, she was a
Gabriel's inherited some good-looking genes.
beauty. Of course he has.
Mostly pictures of Gabriel, his dad, and Harrison Knight. That That clock has been in the Wright family, Granny's family, for centuries. Gabriel grew up in this room. Just being here makes him feel safe. And after about 5 minutes, claustrophobic.
How have you been, Gran?
Just fine, dear. I'm sorry I bothered you at work, but, I was hoping you'd get a chance to go through your father's things in the attic.
Don't be silly. You can call me anytime. You know, you get prettier every time I see you.
Oh, you.
Tell me about yourself.
Me? Surely you have something more interesting to talk about.
Well, we got
Oh,
plenty
come
to talk
on,
about,
Gran.
but Grandma, we always like to butter him up
All
first.
right, dear. What do you want to hear?
What do you do all day?
You know how I love to knit and work in my garden. I also take long walks. It's the only way to keep an old body like mine from stiffening up.
You're not old.
Oh, don't be foolish. I'm older than the hills.
Tell me about before you met Granddaddy.
Well, you know I was born Rebecca Wright. My daddy owned a lot of land outside of town. We grew peas and corn and cotton, all kinds of things. It was a good childhood, but my father was very strict. He didn't much let me out of his sight.
Tell me how you met Granddaddy.
Oh, I met Helson at a church revival. There was a traveling preacher back then, a big fella named Reverend Jim. I even
Reverend
remember
Jim?
his slogan, "Come to me to find your way." Your granddad was sitting right behind me and my girlfriend, Alma. And at one point, old Reverend Jim was flinging his hair around with his fine brimstone annex. And a piece of it, one of those small add-on do's for men, went flying off. I swear, Helson and I were the only ones that noticed. We both started laughing to beat the band. Everyone looked at us like we were a couple of loonies. Oh, it was then I knew that he was for me.
How you feeling these days?
Fit as a fiddle, and don't you worry your head about it.
Just tell me anything at all.
I had your father when I was 22. The doctors told me I couldn't have any more after him, so I'm afraid I spoiled him rotten.
Just tell me anything at all.
I hate to admit it, but I was a jealous little thing when your granddaddy and I were younger. I loved him so ferociously, and he did attract the eyes of the ladies whether he wanted to or not.
Just tell me anything at all.
Makes me wonder if there's more there.
I get lonely sometimes, but I have lots of girlfriends in the neighborhood. I call one of them if I'm feeling blue.
Just tell me anything at all.
I wish you'd settle down and give me a great-grandchild.
Oh, Gran.
Yeah,
Just tell me anything at all.
they all do that,
I
don't they?
never loved any man but your grandfather. And I never will.
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
All right, dear.
Have you baked any of your incredible molasses pies lately?
No, dear. But you let me know when you want some, and I'll whip up a half a dozen.
That was my grandma. Ask that woman for anything. She just loved her grandkids.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
St. John's Eve? I remember when I was a girl, we always had a St. John's Eve Mass. The Mass was said at midnight, and we held candles. One time, on the way home, we were waylaid by a large group of drunken revelers. They didn't hurt us, but oh, I was frightened. My father was furious. We never went to St. John's Eve Mass after that.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
I haven't celebrated it in years, Gabriel. I'm sure there's still Mass in the more traditional churches, but I don't go.
Have you ever heard of Marie Laveau?
Marie Laveau. Oh, of course. She was that voodoo woman, wasn't she? She preyed on people's fears and superstitions, is what I think. There are always those willing to take other people's money for nothing. You stay away from people like that, Gabriel.
Yes, Gran. What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? What an odd question, Gabriel. Of course, you always were interested in monster movies and all that other weird stuff. You get that from your father and granddad. I don't know anything about it, dear. Of course, it was very big in New Orleans at one time, but you don't hear so much about it these days. Too much else in the world to worry about, I guess.
See, she says New Orleans properly. New Orleans.
What can you tell me about the voodoo murders?
Oh, Gabriel, nothing. And I don't want to. I sometimes wonder what this world is coming to.
Do you know anything about snakes?
Snakes? What kind of snakes, dear?
I don't know, local kinds.
Well, we used to get cottonmouths in the park when I was a girl, but I haven't heard of one being sighted for years. Milk snakes and garter snakes are also around these parts, but they can't hurt you.
Yep, you do come across those.
Thanks, Gran. Do you know anything about animal masks?
Why, no, dear. Do you mean Mardi Gras masks?
Never mind, Gran. Does the phrase Cabri Sanko mean anything to you?
Something without something, I think. Oh, my French is so rusty, I swear my mind is going.
No, it's okay, thanks. Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
What, dear?
Never mind.
And Dambala won't give her
Have you
much.
ever heard of Dambala?
What, dear?
Never. Can you tell me anything about a secret voodoo hound fall?
Gabriel, my goodness. What are you up to these days?
Researching the book, Grandma.
Oh,
Just
nothing,
researching
Gran,
the book.
really.
Really, that's all we're going to tell you.
You better not be. You know you're the only family I have left.
Yep,
I
poor
know,
Grand is
Gran.
what it is.
It's okay. What can you tell me about New Orleans?
New Orleans is very southern, of course, though not as much as it used to be when I was a girl. It's gotten much more influenced by the East Coast and that California stuff.
I don't...
Still, it hasn't changed as much as other places, I reckon.
That's
We've
true.
always been happy here.
You've lost weight. Are you courting a new man?
Oh, Gabriel, don't be silly. You know there'll never be anyone but your granddad
Always
for me.
compliment Grandma.
Your hair looks very pretty today, Gran.
Well, thank you, dear. So does... Well, you've always had such nice, thick hair, Gabriel.
You know, I always tell people that my Gran is the prettiest grand old belle in the city.
Oh, dear. You shouldn't talk so.
Grandma's boy.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
My goodness, boy, you lived here all your life, just like me. I can't tell you much that you don't already know.
Okay, time
Tell
to
me
get
about
serious.
our family.
Who would you like to hear about? Your granddad, your father, or your mother?
Let's start with Mama first.
Tell me about my mother.
Your mother was Margaret Templeton when your father met her. She came from a very wealthy Creole family in New Orleans. She was beautiful and reckless. She was madly in love with your father, of course, but I also think she liked to find her family.
That happens occasionally down here,
Tell
too.
me about my mother.
Your mother's family refused to give her money after the marriage. All she had left was a modest trust fund from her great aunt, who happened to like Philip. The remainder of your mother's trust fund became yours when she died. That's what you used to open your bookshop.
Tell me about my mother.
The Templetons are all gone now. Every last one of them. Oh, they never wanted anything to do with us, of course. What a waste.
Tell me about my father.
Your father was my only child. How we adored him.
Tell me about my father.
Philip suffered from terrible nightmares, just like your granddad did.
Just like I do,
Oh, they were
right?
two peas in a pod.
Tell me about my father.
When Philip met your mother, oh, it was love at first sight. They were married 2 weeks later. Never looked at a girl seriously until then, and he looked at plenty. You have your father's way with women, Gabriel. And your granddad's.
Tell me about my father.
I wanted to just lay down and die when he and your mother were killed in that car crash when you were only 8. It was the thought of taking care of you that kept me going, Gabriel. The police say your father swerved off the road after being frightened by something. Perhaps a deer on the road, or a wildcat.
Don't forget,
Tell me
folks,
about
we
my
are
father.
doing a game giveaway here at the
Your
end of the stream.
granddad wanted Philip to have a normal life. He was obsessed by that thought. He pushed Philip to go to law school, but Philip was driven to art. He painted almost in a daze. He would get so inside himself when he worked.
Tell me about my father.
He always hated that it was Margaret's money that supported the three of you when his painting couldn't. I kept telling him, try something more cheerful, like a landscape or two, but he couldn't do it. His work was just too dark and disturbing for the public, you know.
Tell me
Alright.
something about Granddad.
Your granddad immigrated to America when he was 21. He walked his way through school, met and married me, and we had your father, Philip. Since you're so interested in family history these days, why don't you go by St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 and visit the family tomb? It would be such a sweet gesture.
That would be a good idea at some
It's
point.
just past the Ross tomb, right? Oh, maybe I will.
There's some points.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Your granddad supported me and your father with bookkeeping. Oh, I tell you what, though, he hated every minute of it. Didn't really like bookkeeping one bit. Maybe that was why he had the worst luck with jobs. Oh, the nights he'd come home afraid to tell me he lost another. And I'd tell him it didn't matter to me, but he felt ashamed, Gabriel.
Something tells me there was more to that story than she
Tell me
knows.
something about Granddad.
Harrison was only 36 when he died. Your father was
Lord.
8 years old at the time. Your granddad was hit by a streetcar in the business district. It took me nearly a year to believe he was really gone.
I'm sorry, Gran.
So, son was 8.
I know you are, dear.
You know, Gabriel's father was 8. His grandfather dies. Gabriel was 8. His father dies. Both involved in vehicle accidents. Something tells me that I should not, as a character, have children.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Did you know that your granddad was a poet? He was. He wrote the most beautiful poetry for me when we were courting. I always thought he should have done something with that gift, but he was such a practical man. Didn't believe in chasing after dreams.
What's new, Gran?
I've been working on baby sweaters for the church bazaar. Keeps me busy.
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
Okay, let's go upstairs and
Alright,
deal with
dear.
the stuff.
I'm gonna go up to the attic, Gran.
Be careful of the dust.
So how is everyone doing this evening, I wonder? I know we got some lurkers out there.
It's an old dress dummy that Gran had in her sewing room years ago.
My first impression of the female form.
It's a lady's hat from the 1920s.
And from Gran's Virginia Woolf period.
The old trunk looks like it's gone to hell and back.
There's a lot of Granddad's old stuff in here. Might be something interesting.
A bundle of letters. Love letters between Harrison and Rebecca. More of Harrison Knight's German books.
Just what I need.
Oh, look at that. Oh, hello.
What's this? It's some sort of key.
Some old clothes, including a pair of leather shorts.
Aren't those called lederhosen?
Yes, they are.
Some old...
Aren't those called...
Okay, well.
The sheet-covered upholstered rocker used to be in Gabriel's nursery.
I think I'll leave that up here.
An elaborate mechanical clock, probably of German origin, is among the discarded treasures of the attic.
Lets me take it, lets me do something with it. Well, let's take a look. Okay. Is that a snake? It looks like a dragon. A sword, a sun, an angel, oh, the sun and the moon, and of course the hanged man. Wow, that's nice. Wait a minute, what was in the book? This is the first other dragon I've seen. But there's only one of them. It said something about 3 dragons. I remember. It's been 20 years. I'm trying to remember what this puzzle was. 3 dragons. Well, we do have a clock, don't we? Okay, let's leave the can there. And that'd be 1 dragon, wouldn't it? Hang on a second. Well, let me move just the hour hand. 2 dragons.
There's an interesting design in the base of the clock.
Okay.
I think I'll leave that up here.
No. Okay, so it is a puzzle. It is a puzzle. I swear. Midnight is the bit for the death hour. I knew.
There's an interesting... The key winds the clock's mechanism.
Granddaddy, you old fox.
There's a keyhole. Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe it was the 3. Who knows? Photo and letter. Let's take a look
A
at
secret drawer has opened in the base
Okay,
of the
that's
clock.
nice.
The letter is written in German, but Gabriel determines what he can about it. It was sent from a place called Schloss Ritter in Rittersberg, West Germany. The letter is addressed to mein Sohn Heinz and signed Wilhelm Ritter. One of the reoccurring words strewn throughout the letter is the word Schattenjäger. The only other thing that Gabriel can decipher about the letter is a sense of urgency in the handwriting and in the heavy use of a quill tip, bold strokes, and underlining. The old photograph shows Gabriel's grandfather with 2 other men that Gabriel has not identified.
I think I'll leave that up here.
Maybe it's time to go back home and call about, you know what? Let's ask Graham.
Does this mean anything to you, Graham?
That one in the middle is your grandfather. Those other 2, oh, I don't know.
Well, okay.
Does this mean anything to you, Graham?
No, dear. I'm afraid I don't speak a word of German.
Can we talk, Graham?
Of course, my boy. How can I help?
Have you ever heard of a Schattenjäger?
Schattenjäger? Schattenjäger? Oh, how odd, Gabriel. I haven't heard that word in years. My goodness, you've given me a chill. Your granddad used to say that sometimes in his sleep.
Really? Do you know what it means?
No, I'm afraid not. I asked him about it once. I don't think he answered me. Odd.
Thanks, Graham. Do you know anyone named Heinz Ritter?
Heinz Ritter? Oh, Gabriel. Where did you hear that name?
I found a letter in Granddaddy's clock.
Oh, I promised I'd never tell you or your father, but I suppose it doesn't matter now.
Tell me, Graham.
Grand's
Your
keeping
granddad's
secrets.
name was Heinz Ritter before he came to America. He changed it to Hassan Knight legally when he arrived.
What? Okay.
Why did Granddad change his name?
I don't know. I tried to ask him about his family and his life before America, but he didn't want to talk about it. He never even told me about his name change. I found out one day when I saw his passport in a drawer. Since he obviously found it painful, I never questioned him about it. But I'm sure it wasn't trouble with the law. Your granddad was the best man I ever knew.
Do you know anyone named Wolfgang Ritter?
Wolfgang Ritter? No, dear.
Huh. Odd.
As I said, your granddad's surname was originally Ritter.
Didn't Granddad ever say anything about his past or his family?
Only that his family was crazy and that he never wanted to see them again.
I'm beginning to understand why
He
old Granddad
believed in
was...
some family curse. Thought that he could spare Philip and Philip's children from what he called old nightmares.
'Cause I'm having nightmares, so...
Whatever Harrison wanted to spare you, though. Oh, it cost him plenty. He never did sleep well, and he would often get a far-away, guilty look in his eyes. He was wrestling with something he thought he should be doing, someplace he thought he ought to be. I don't know how he could think that he should be anywhere but with me and our child. It's a terrible way to live.
Done anything interesting lately?
I raised you.
Lately, Gran.
Oh, you know me, Gabriel. I always got my nose poked in something.
It must run in the family. Oh, nothing. Never mind.
Alright, well, I think we've
All right,
squeezed
dear.
everything out of Grand we're gonna get out of Grand today.
Well, Gran, I'd better get going.
Thanks for stopping by.
No problem. Love you, Gran.
I wonder if anything we get at the university will be any good. Nope, he's still not here. Okay, well, there was that. So we found out a lot about the family.
Hello there. Got a sec?
Go ahead.
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
Nope, can't say that I have.
The marble dinner. St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 is one of the most historic and beautiful places in the quarter.
It is quite pretty there, actually. Gotta go there from there to get. And like I said before, this statue here, the Weeping Angel statue is.
Most of the plaster has fallen away. Another ancient family tomb of the types. This tomb is smaller than most others in the cemetery.
Kind of a pup tent for the dead.
This old tomb has a sword carved into the stone wall below the name of the deceased. A stone angel leans down to gaze at something unseen.
There's something that's gonna have to get left here, I think.
The Wright family tomb. Several of Gabriel and Grand's family members are laid to rest here. DeMarco reads, Franklin Wright.
These are Grant's folks. I never knew them. Hi. I'm Rebecca's grandson.
Much as when they were alive, the Wright elders give no response.
Well, you know, you thought you'd...
DeMarco reads, Merrill Planter Wright.
These are Grant's folks.
DeMarco reads, Harrison Knight.
Granddaddy. How's it going, Granddaddy?
Gabriel doesn't want to take the nameplates from his family tomb. DeMarco reads, Harley Wright.
Grand sister. She died young.
Someone has left a small vase by the Wright family tomb.
Not sure who else comes here besides me and Gran, but that was nice of them.
DeMarco reads, Philip Knight.
Daddy. Hey, Daddy.
DeMarco reads, Margaret Templeton Knight.
My mother. Miss you, Mom. Oh, shoot. Huh. Looks like someone left something in that vase.
Inside the broken vase, Gabriel sees a $20 bill.
Looks like it's my lucky day.
Well, we are broke. I guess $20 out of a vase.
This family tomb bears the inscription, Rest in Peace, and the name Fuller Mill. A wrought iron fence surrounds this tomb.
I hope that's to keep people out.
Anything about who's back in my tomb.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah? What can I do for you?
Guess not.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Sure. I'm not too busy at the moment.
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
See those old guys at the chess table? That's Sam and Marcus. They've played there every day for 20 years. Sam, the one with the purple jacket, he's lost every one of those games. It's not that he's a bad player. I've seen him beat guys twice as good as Marcus. But Marcus has Sam so psyched out, he loses his nerve every time.
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
This crowd, the ones you see, are mostly regulars. That guy and girl in the corner come here a lot. When they're not fighting, they're all over each other. In other words, they're in love.
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
I'd call you a regular, Gabe, and one of our local writer celebrities, too. Been coming in here, what, 10 years now?
Yep.
Oh, Don't remind me.
We're still waiting for that bestseller.
So is he.
Don't hold your breath. What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
That's about all I...
Tell me about the street musicians around here.
I like music as much as the next guy, but they get pretty monotonous sometimes, you know? Like that drummer right outside. They say there's been a drummer outside Napoleon House since the day it opened. Now, I like drums, but this character really gets on my nerves. It sounds like the same thing over and over. I just want to say enough already.
Sounds like my life. Tell me about the street musicians around here.
Don't know what else I could...
Okay.
Tell me about yourself.
A good bartender listens to other people's life stories without
Amen.
telling his own.
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
All I know is it's some kind of voodoo holiday.
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
People who believe in that stuff think it's a real special night. Magical.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
It's all over the papers. Some kind of serial killers.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
They say a lot of voodoo stuff is found near the bodies.
So far, that's true.
What do you know?
Everybody's talking about them. It's starting to scare off the tourists.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Greatest city in the world. I never want to live anywhere
Amen
else.
to that.
What can you tell me?
This city must get about 1 million tourists a year, especially around Mardi Gras.
What can...
A lot of people come here because they think it's mysterious. All that talk about voodoo.
What...
You should probably find a book on the subject, you know?
Do you know anything about snakes?
What about them?
No, just anything.
You ask the weirdest questions. I don't know.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
Black voodoo? No. I prefer not to think about that kind of stuff, personally. Crime, perversion, weirdos. Just makes me depressed.
Do you know anything about...
Come on.
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
You know what goes in...
I don't think it's a drink.
Oh, then I probably don't know anything about it.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? Don't believe in it myself. I invented a drink once called Laveau's Tomb, but it wasn't very popular. Some people do believe, though. Even some of our regulars here at Napoleon House. That guy Sam, the chess player, he's really into voodoo. He's always talking about spells and gree-gree and stuff.
Really? Great, thanks. So what has Sam told you about voodoo?
Well, about 50 years ago, Sam was too shy to talk to this pretty girl he was in love with. He went to a voodooienne and had her make him a love charm. It was a little pouch that he had to bury under the girl's front porch. Well, he buried the pouch, and the next day he went up and talked to the girl. And sure enough, she didn't reject him. Now she's his wife, poor guy.
That means you should not be burying pouches
So what has
under
Sam
your
told you about
would-be
voodoo?
girlfriend's porch.
That's about all I can remember.
He isn't gonna know anything about the other stuff.
A young woman is enjoying drinks with her boyfriend.
Kinda cute.
Gotta try.
Can I ask you some questions?
Sure. You want to know my sign?
On second thought, I don't think you could help, but forget it.
An unhappy-looking man exposed the dangers of drinking alone.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
A man in a loud tie stares morosely at a chessboard.
Excuse me, I hate to interrupt your game, but could I ask you a few questions?
What game? This ain't a game, it's a slaughter.
He's right, you know. So let me die in peace, would you?
Sorry to bother you, but could I ask you a few questions?
I'm not the chatty type, am I, Sam?
No, you old bastard, you're not.
Besides, I'm busy sucking poor old Sam dry. Go bug someone else.
You're a real sweetheart, Mark.
A small table, recently deserted, holds the remains of someone's drink. A small table...
Okay. Let's go back to the bookstore. Maybe we can get something on. Oh, well, look at this. Our creepy guy.
Hey,
no, not
kids.
creepy guy.
Bruno. How nice.
Bruno. Would be a Bruno.
Gee, a customer.
Of yours? Hardly.
How's the flower business?
Well, better than the used book business, I see.
Rare books.
That explains why I so rarely see anyone in here. Are you gonna sell me that wonderful painting of yours today?
How much would you give me for it?
Oh, you're serious? You'll let me have it?
Gabriel, don't you dare sell your father's painting.
Yeah, I'll let you have it, all right. How much for the painting?
Well, I could give you 100. That's all I can let go at the moment, you know. My affairs are so tied up.
Oh, I'm sure they're tied up.
Gabriel, $100 for your father's painting?
Stay out of this, Grace.
Well, I got 20 and I need it.
Fine.
I need 120. I get the
yours.
animal mask then.
Gabriel!
Here's the 100.
You better take good care of this, Bruno. This is not just another of your hip art pieces, you know.
Really? Well, I fully intend to make the most of its display. Though not for your sake, I'm sure. At least in my shop, there'll be a chance of someone actually seeing it. I can't believe I actually got it. Just wait until I show Sid.
I don't believe you.
It's just a painting, Grace. There are things I have to do.
Like go buy a alligator head for $120. Convenient $20 drop, wouldn't you say? Just enough.
See you later.
See ya.
All right.
Hi.
To get the mask, Gabriel would have to buy it.
Can I ask you just a few more questions?
Whatever, man.
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
Man, I don't even know what language that is.
Would you take 50 for Willie Jr.?
Don't insult me, monsieur. The price is $120.
What? You said you'd sell it for 100.
You misheard, monsieur. The price was always 120.
Would you take 50? I have $120. You still want to sell that crocodile mask?
That's 120 sure enough. That mask is yours, sir. go. Careful it don't bite you now.
Yeah, thanks.
Now don't you go forgetting your lagniappe. A free bottle of Master Gambling Oil.
The sign said I could get Lady Luck Oil instead.
Well, I was thinking a man as young as you wouldn't be needing that kind of remedying. But, if you's having problems with your,
that's all right. Believe me, I don't need it. I'll just stick with this. Thanks anyway.
'Cause it ain't none of my business if you do need it now, huh?
I don't need it.
Oh, of course you don't.
Not based on the evidence of the previous night. No, I do not. What a crock! Let's go back to the bowling house. I got an idea.
Got a second, Sam? It's about your game.
I don't have a game, that's my problem. Don't you touch those chess pieces while I'm gone, you bastard.
I ain't never needed to cheat yet, you loser.
Thought you might be interested in this gambling oil.
Let me see that. Master Gambling Oil. What's it for?
Don't you ever wonder why Marcus wins every time?
Whoa, hold it. You really think Marcus uses this stuff?
Would I make something like that up?
Yes.
Get out of here. Marcus would never use something like this.
Well, if that's what you want to believe. This is a powerful voodoo oil.
Ah, go on. Really?
It could make a nun get lucky. That's the kind of luck.
Could make a nun get lucky.
Really? You think it really works, huh?
I'd stake my reputation as a novelist on it.
Which I don't have, so.
And you say Marcus uses this. That explains a lot. Let me see that bottle. This looks authentic.
Oh, it is.
If I could really beat that bastard. Stonewall, give me a Pimm's Cup, would you?
Coming up, Sam.
Pimm's Cup is a great drink. Especially at Pimm's #1.
How much you think I ought to put in here?
Careful, you don't want to overdo it. Too much luck can be dangerous.
Ha! There's no such thing as too much. Now stand back.
Come on already, I'm ready to checkmate.
We'll see about that, Mr. Smarty Big Mouth.
Remember, these are just curios only, ladies and gentlemen. I hear the golden song of points.
Checkmate! Checkmate, you bastard!
Son of a bitch.
20 years I've been waiting to say that. Checkmate! Checkmate! Checkmate!
You are the biggest butthead, Sam Singleton, that I have ever met.
Oh, he's a sore loser.
You can just put that chessboard where the sun don't shine.
Hallelujah! I did it! Yippee!
Somebody ought to be happy with me.
Nice game. Hell, I was brilliant. Of course, I gotta give some of the credit to that oil of yours. I've been losing to that guy for 20 years. If you ever need a favor, you come to Sam, you hear?
Sam's
Will do.
jeweler. Remember the paper?
Could you do anything with this?
What is this, a clay mold? Well, I am a jeweler, you know. And I owe you one. Would you like me to cast this for you?
If you can.
You got it, pal. Actually, it'll be a pleasure to get my tools out. First time in years. I've been too busy playing that goddamn game. I'll have the bracelet later today. Right now, I feel like I could do anything. Meet me here in a few hours.
Great, thanks.
That tabletop has an inlaid chessboard. Gabriel has no one.
Now I guess the grand question is where to go. Hey, before I do that real quick, let me open up the raffle in case anyone wants to get in. Raffle's been opened up. We are playing for a copy of Telltale's The Walking Dead Season 1 and the 400 Days DLC. So if you're in chat right now, simply type in ! Raffle and get in on the action. I go there today now. Right below this, actually, the overlook exists the monument for the New Orleans Artillery.
4 pairs of binoculars are rigorously mounted on the cement floor. St. Louis Cathedral. The original church on this site was built in 1724 and was named for Louis IX of France. That church burnt in the Great Fire of 1788. The present church dates from 1851.
But it is the longest running cathedral spot in North America.
The Presbytere. This building was begun by the Spaniards in 1795 after a fire in Jackson Square. It was intended for monks, but now houses historical exhibits.
I wonder.
The Pontalba buildings are historical landmarks, built in 1849 and 1850 as residential apartments.
Yep. And some of them still are. There are also shops and whatnot over there.
A fancy wrought iron railing marks
That's Crash. What the hell is he up to with that drummer? Huh. Crash and the drummer. Interesting.
See where he went. Where to go next? Where to go next? Remember, folks, type in !raffle if you're interested in winning the. We don't need anything from there. Not from there yet. Certainly not from there yet. Let's see. Maybe.
Hello, Dr. John.
Glad you could return to us, Mr. Knight.
Could I ask you some more questions?
Of course.
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
No, I have not.
Okay, so we know it's not voodoo related. Well, the other option I have right now is to go back and call Germany.
Goodbye, Dr. John.
Walk carefully out there, Mr. Knight.
Walk carefully out there. That's a new departure.
Hello, beautiful. It's me.
The excitement of seeing you is killing me.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
No. Is that a voodoo word?
I don't think so. It's German.
No, sorry. I don't speak German.
Okay.
That doesn't work.
Didn't Grace say you had to dial 011 first to get international?
You do.
Guten Tag, Sie haben Schloss Ritter erreicht.
I'm looking for Wolfgang Ritter.
Ja, einen Moment.
Yeah, is this Gabriel on the phone?
This is Gabriel Knight. Why are you calling me, Mr. Ritter?
I've been having premonitions of great danger for you, Gabriel. You must leave New Orleans this very day.
What in the hell are you talking about?
It is hard to explain on the phone. I have had dreams about you. It took me a long time to have you tracked down. I knew that Heinz had a grandson, but until this dream started, I did not know if I should contact you.
You say you're related to my grandfather?
Heinz was my brother. There is much about the family that you should know. Come to Schloss Ritter in Rittersberg, West Germany. It is our family home. I will tell you everything when you come. You must come immediately. You are in great danger there.
Look, I appreciate the family spirit and all, but frankly, I don't know you from Adam. And I'm not going to fly off to Germany, even if I could afford it.
Gabriel, please. If you won't listen, at least let me send you something. It is a journal from one of your ancestors. Promise me you will read it. You are the last of our line. I'm too old to carry on. You are our last hope. Please, for your family, read the journal.
All right, I'll look at it.
Good. Now be careful and come to me as soon as you can. Goodbye.
Get the hell out of here.
The figure outside does not respond. Dramatic, isn't it?
Let's go see if I can get the bracelet. And track down our little buddy there.
I'm going out.
Don't hurry back on my account.
Sam, my man.
Hey there, it's you. I got that bracelet for you. This piece was a real toughie. For some reason, the metal just wasn't setting. I must be out of practice.
Well, looks good to me. Thanks, Sam.
No problem. By the way, I'm heading out of town tonight.
Yeah? Where to?
Marcus used to tell me that if I ever beat him at chess, he'd take me around the world. The old bastard has enough money stuffed in his mattress to cover the federal deficit, and he hates spending a penny of it. I'm going to enjoy watching him squirm through every mile.
Sounds like fun. Good luck.
Are you kidding? Luck is my middle name.
A street drummer has found a spot outside the Napoleon House. Gabriel can't do anything. Madame Lorelei's booth is deserted.
I need to talk to you. Ask you some questions.
No way, man. I'm too sick. Go away.
Come on. I have to know what you know about these voodoo people.
You don't know nothing about nothing, man. You are so far out of it, you wouldn't understand anything. Just like that friend of yours, Mosley. Go away!
I'm not like Mosley. I know more than you think I do. I'll believe you.
Oh, forget it, man. It's not worth my breath.
Do you recognize this?
Where did you get that?
Why? Do you know something about it?
Know something about it? Look at this.
Crash opens his shirt and reveals a tattoo.
It's the same snake.
It's their sign, man. The mark of the snake. Without it, they'll never let you get close.
The sign of the snake, right. Your tattoo, my bracelet. Now do you believe that I know something about these people?
All right, yeah. You know about them. I guess.
Will you answer some questions for me now?
Okay, I'll talk to you. A little, but make it fast.
Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
No! Don't say that name.
Why not?
It's evil, man.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
No! Leave me alone about that shit.
What do you mean? You've seen them, haven't you?
No, not me. Leave me alone.
Tell me about the animal masks you've seen.
I said drop it, man.
Do you know anything about Veves?
I never heard of that.
I believe.
Do you know anything about snakes?
The eyes. Snake's eyes. Damballa.
Okay, calm down. Tell me what you know about Damballa.
No! Don't say that word. They'll hear you.
They who?
Shut up, man!
Oh, you look pretty sick. Shouldn't you be in a hospital?
Nah, a hospital wouldn't do nothing. Just leave me alone.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
Nothing. Just leave me alone.
But that's got something to do with it.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm sick. Dying. Eating the big enchilada, man. What the fuck else matters?
Big enchilada?
I saw you talking to that drummer. What did you tell him?
You saw me with the drummer? Nobody's supposed to see. Oh, shit! I blew it again. Promise you won't say nothing to no one. It'll get back to him. Everything does. Promise me you won't tell anyone you saw me.
Okay, but you have to tell me everything I want to know.
Okay, all right. I was sending a message, man. They have these Rada drummers posted around the quarter. They see everything, and they report.
Report? How?
The drums, man. It's some kind of code.
Okay, we're getting close to the end of the day here, at least for me. So if you want in on the raffle for the Walking Dead Season 1 and 400 Days DLC, don't forget type !raffle quickly, because we'll close it up right before we end the stream. So far, I don't believe we have any takers.
Tell me what you know about a secret voodoo houndfall in New Orleans.
All right. There's this underground cartel in New Orleans. A voodoo cartel. They control everything that happens on the street. I mean everything that's bought or sold. They have fingers in the legit world too. Banks, foreign stuff, you name it. There's supposed to be this temple. What you said, a hound for. That's their headquarters, man. I heard people say it's underground, somewhere in the quarter. I don't know where though.
Have you ever been there?
No. I've never been in it. I'm nobody, man. A runner. But I saw them once. Out at the lake. They became animals, man. Beasts. I remember the eyes. The eyes.
Hey, are you okay?
The eyes. The eyes of the snake.
I think I should go get a doctor. Hey, are you all right? Someone! I need help!
The eyes. The eyes of the snake. Dambala.
What snake? Crash?
Crash spasms twice more, then dies as Gabriel watches.
Oh my God. Oh, poor bastard.
The eyes of the snake. Well, gee, I wonder if any of this is good enough to get Mosley somewheres. Probably not, but we'll try anyway.
Hey, Mosley.
Knight, I had a feeling you'd show up.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
Crash is dead.
What? What are you talking about? I just let him go this morning.
Yeah, well, that turned out to be a brilliant move. Though they probably would have gotten him anywhere.
They? You're losing it, Knight.
It was the voodoo cult. They did it. Crash said that...
You're an amateur, so let me give you some advice. Crash is well, he was a junkie. You gotta read through the hallucinations, you know what I mean? Where's the body, anyway?
St. Louis Cathedral.
Lovely. Well, we'll make sure he's picked up sometime today so he doesn't scare the shit out of some nut.
Sometime
but
today.
Chill, Gabe.
Actually, the cathedral's open to the public and there's usually folks
Your professionalism
there
is
anytime except when there's services. It really is.
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
No. Is that...
I don't think there's any relation. How can I convince you to reopen the case?
I already told you. You still need to prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in Narland. Prove that they're a threat. Get me a lead on the cult.
have this snake bracelet. It's a replica of one used in secret voodoo ceremonies a few decades ago.
Really? What makes you think so?
I got it from an old Creole lady whose grandmother was an acolyte of Marie Laveau.
Gabriel, we get those little old ladies in here all the time. That bracelet is probably not genuine, and it wouldn't prove anything if it were.
You know those marks you found around the murder victims? This is a reconstruction of the whole pattern.
What makes you think this is an accurate reconstruction?
Well, I borrowed the partial patterns from your police file and did my own tracing of the pattern at Lake Pontchartrain. An architectural artist reconstructed it for me from the partials.
Really? So this is the whole pattern, huh? That's pretty good work, Knight. But that doesn't prove that this pattern is really connected to voodoo.
Okay, so I need to go back to the professor.
This is a newspaper clipping about a murder committed in 1810. That murder is an exact match of the voodoo murders, right down to the marks around the bodies.
This does sound like the same M.O. 1810.
1810. They killed then, they're killing now. Isn't that proof that they're likely to kill again? Or that they are a threat?
Sure, if there is a voodoo cult, they're a threat.
Okay, what does that give me then? So I've got the threat part.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
How can I
You still prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in Narland. Get me a lead on the cult.
Okay. So that's what I gotta do. Okay, well, we got partials there.
I'll let you get back to it.
Later, Knight.
Hey.
The drummer looks at Gabriel but says nothing in return.
Hello, beautiful. It's me.
The excitement of seeing you is killing me.
Got a minute?
What's up?
Could you do some research for me?
That's, I think, what we're gonna have to do.
Sure, what?
Could you research Rada drums for me?
Rada drums? Sure. I don't think we have any books on that topic in the shop, but I'll contact our suppliers. Assuming any of them will extend you any credit.
Tell them it's an emergency.
Uh-huh. I can see where a Rada drum book would be incredibly urgent. Anything else?
I can't think of anything.
Apparently that's not the last thing I need to do today. Well, I guess that's going to be it for tonight. That being said, we're going to close the raffle out here. I don't think there were any takers again today. No raffle takers. Well, I guess that's it for tonight, folks. Tonight has been day 48 of 100 Days of Gaming. Tomorrow's day 49. We'll be back with Gabriel and see if we can't find out another way to convince Mr. Mosley that the good detective has been wrong and we need to reopen this case. I'm sure there's some more things out there I've got to do. I haven't hit all of them yet. Maybe go back to Dr. John. Other than that, I'm not quite sure where we can go yet. At any rate, we'll give it a try tomorrow, see if we can't figure out the rest of these puzzles. With that being said, I hope to see all of you back tomorrow. If you've been watching this on Twitch, thank you very much for stopping by. And if you're watching this on YouTube later, also, thank you for watching. It's most appreciated. Please give us a follow or a subscribe, depending on where you're at. Would be most appreciated. You can search the links below again for donations to, if you care to, my Extra Life account for Children's Hospital of New Orleans. Or if you'd like to join Extra Life yourself, play games, heal kids. It's really simple. It's absolutely free if you choose the basic package, and takes about 10 minutes to sign up and set up your page at www.extra-life.org. I hope to see you all later. Until then, everybody, remember to always let the Wookiee win. It's much easier on your arms. Have a good night.
If you've enjoyed the stream, despite the awful host, please consider a donation to Extra Life. Thank you for watching.